Hi and welcome to today's video where we're going to crochet a sphere shape. We've created a circle and from here we're going to crochet a three-dimensional form. So the thing we do is that we stop increasing, or at least we slow down on the increasing. So when we stop increasing, the work will morph into a bowl shape. Here we can increase a couple of times during the entire round. So I've increased like 2 stitches during this round. Okay, so now we're done with this round. Now you can see that it's starting to form a bowl shape, like a small waxing area. So now I can start to just continue without any increases at all. And what will happen then is that the work will start to shape into a bowl. The pros with doing freeform crochet is that you don't need a pattern. If you want to create an amigurumi or a plush toy, for example, you don't have to rely on any pattern because you're relying on every next stitch that comes your way. You make the decision on the go and calibrate accordingly. So the more you practice, the more experienced you get, and you can easily see where you need to, for example, increase or decrease, which are the essential cornerstones in freeform crochet. I want to finish every round with a slip stitch and then chain 1, but if you want you can just start crocheting round and round at this point. So here we can see it starts to form a bowl. So if we do another plain round without any increases, we can start to see the three-dimensional shape. And this is actually also the basics of any sculptural crochet project that you can do. So now we have almost crocheted the bottom half of the sphere. And if you want to create like a cylinder shape, you just extend the amount of plain rounds without increasing. Okay, so I crocheted a couple of rounds and we're going to start decreasing. So remember when we started to slow down the increase, we did the one round with 2 increases. So we're going to do that in reverse now. So I'll just do 1 round with 2 decreases throughout the entire round. So let's decrease. You can do it in a couple of different ways. The first way is that you just skip the next stitch, like this. But I do it slightly differently. I'm inserting the hook into the next stitch and then I'll pull up some yarn. And then I do a single crochet through both of those loops, because then you don't get gaps and unwanted holes in your crochet work. If you want to crochet something that's going to be stuffed, you don't want the stuffing material to escape through one of those holes. Okay, we're now going to start decreasing even more. The more aggressively you decrease, the steeper the curve. So now you can start to see that the decreasing will take some effect. Something that a beginner, and myself included back in the day, might forget is to put in stuffing before you close the circle. That way you might end up with a sphere that's not stuffed with anything. And let's finish the round. And now it's time to actually start decreasing a bit more aggressively, so to speak. So let's do every third stitch to begin with. It's not like a pattern or anything, it's just a guideline. This is a highly intuitive craft where you need to constantly trust your intuition. Okay, so here I have some scrap fabric and I'm gonna use that for stuffing. You can use whatever you have at hand. It can be some wool or even paper scraps or fabric scraps. But since I'm for sustainability and recycling, I always try to find scrap materials for projects to use as stuffing, etc. Let's try and stuff in some more. Now you can actually start seeing more intuitively how much you would have to need to decrease for the final rounds. So now you can start decreasing until you close it up. So let's take like every other stitch. So one plain single crochet in between the decreases. So I'm picking up yarn from one previous stitch and insert the hook in the next stitch and then pull the yarn through both loops. So to close the circle, you just decrease every other stitch and at the end every stitch. Now we're done with the closing of the circle and we can start to roll around a bit between our palms. And you can also adjust the stuffing. And that's how you create a ball shape, and you can use it as the start of all sorts of projects. For example, amigurumi projects. You can embroider onto this sphere if you want to create eyes, for example. So the next project we're going to do is that we're going to use the same principle, but we're going to create a body for this figure. Maybe we will create some ears. I don't know really yet, but that's the charm of freeform crochet, that you don't have to know exactly beforehand what you're going to create. So I hope you liked this tutorial. Feel free to comment and ask questions in the comment section, and I will try to answer every comment. If you would like to click the like button for me, I would highly appreciate that, since it helps grow the channel and helps more people discover the joy of freeform crochet. Also, if you're not yet subscribed and you want more tutorials and tips on crafts and crochet projects, consider subscribing. And I'll make a small announcement, and that is that I'm also putting together a freeform crochet course for beginners. In the course, I'll address everything that I've learned through my 20+ years as a crochet instructor. And I'm also walking you through the 4 cornerstones and principles that are essential for learning freeform crochet. So if you're serious on learning freeform crochet, I encourage you to enroll or hop on the waitlist for now, and I'll let you know when the course is live. The course is planned to go live on August 2025, and I hope to see you there. I will link to the waiting list in the description below, so you can check it out there. And I also have a quite massive playlist for beginner freeform crochet, so check that out if you want to learn more about freeform crochet and where to begin. That's all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.